What's up, YouTube? This is DEFCON 3 Security coming at you from somewhere here on Spaceship Earth. I didn't think I was going to make a video today, and then it's actually pretty dark here. Believe it or not, I've got the perfect lighting. I'm using this flashlight to illuminate the Civic here, and it seems to be a good source for recording at nighttime. So what's my video about today? I had like 3 different topics. I know I haven't posted for a while, but it happens, you know. With me, I'm like I'm elusive. I come in and I put a video and then I disappear for like a month. Everything's good here. I'm working. I was on vacation for 10 days. I went to the East Coast. Damn, I haven't made a video since vacation. Okay, well, I'll have to get into that too. I went to North Carolina, went to Texas, looking at places to live, maybe to relocate, rehabilitate, reassimilate, reinvigorate, relocate, the whole 9 yards, right? But here I am in sunny California, where I live at. Today I think it was like 109 degrees. It's been like 109, 111 on and off. But so I'm going through messages. You know, I get a lot of messages on the channel, so thank you guys. But one of the messages that I get quite often is I get people asking me like what to do with my life, or they'll be like, you know, I haven't really done that much in life. I feel like I haven't done anything, and I'm getting older. And you know, that's a question we all face. Like, how do we leave our mark on this world, or what can we do to be known, to have a legacy, right? And I've thought about that quite often too, but I ran across a story, or maybe an answer to that question. I don't know if it was a story. It's somewhere in the back of my head, but basically the gist of it is, there's a lot of people in this world who've left their mark, right? Let's just, like, think of a king, right? A king, he sets out to make the country better and have food for all the inhabitants of his kingdom, and he hires intellects to create means to propagate more food so that the inhabitants are happy. And he's a good king, and when he dies, he leaves his legacy, and everybody remembers him. And you know, he can die saying, well, I left my mark. And a lot of us say, man, I wish I was able to leave my mark like that. But the reality is, a lot of us are not going to have the means or the resources to ever do anything big like that. We're not going to be able to help the masses. And so where does that leave us, right? So in this story that I read, the question was, okay, well, this king, he had all these great things happen. And sure, he was a great person. He left his legacy, and he had some worth, he had some value, right, in his life. But what about the peasant who picked food for that kingdom? I mean, yes, she'll never have this legacy that people remember, but does that mean she doesn't matter? Does that mean that she hasn't contributed or somehow impacted the world or that kingdom, right? And that's the way you got to look at it sometimes. You know, maybe you're not going to leave this world having done amazing, huge things that people notice on a huge scale, but just on a small scale, you can touch people and not even know it. So it doesn't matter if you're a king or a peasant, you have a role in this world. And once you fulfill that role, that's it. You know, as they say, it's God's timing. So if, you know, you're meant to do so much, but it doesn't mean that your life is insignificant. If you are on your deathbed and you're like, well, I haven't accomplished anything in life. Well, if you worked for a living, you certainly accomplished serving people in that time that you worked. Or if you did, you know, auto mechanics, you certainly fixed a lot of cars, and I'm sure you helped some people out on the way. As we all have. So as I was reading that article, it got a little bit more in depth, and some guy was talking about, yeah, I'll never forget this plumber. I saw this plumber, and he seemed like he had a decent life. He looked happy. His truck looked nice. And then I thought, well, heck, maybe I should look at being a plumber. My life is going kind of nowhere. I'm, for the most part, jobless. And so he saw that guy and talked to him for a brief minute, and the plumber had no idea, but he had impacted somebody's life. And it's like that butterfly effect, right? If a butterfly flaps his wings, it affects the entire world at some point. Look into it if you've never heard of it. But yeah, so somehow this plumber, just by having advertisement on the side of his car, impacted somebody. It caused that guy to go out and look to be a plumber himself. And he succeeded, and he started making money. And because of that extra money, he had another child. So he brought another person into this world. All these things were set in action because of this one plumber who had advertisement on the side of his truck that said, I don't know, something plumbing service. So you may not always think that you're impacting somebody's life, but you are, in ways that you may not know. That's why it's really important that whenever we grace somebody with our presence, that we try to show them the utmost respect. There's a Bible verse that says, careful who you talk to, because you might unwittingly be entertaining angels, something like that, right? So you never know who you're talking to, right? You could be talking to somebody who's bent on suicide, or you could be talking to somebody who just has tons of money, and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna see what this guy has to say. Sorry, I'm trying to get some lighting here. This is not working out. Okay, much better. Yeah, it'll do for now. But yeah, guys, so again, that age-old question of, should I be doing more in life? Am I doing enough? I think wherever you are right now, you're in the right place. It's the universe timing. It's God's timing, if you will, and things will happen as they may. So just hang in there and don't beat yourself up over it. Regardless if you leave a mark on this road or not, nobody's going to remember 200 years from now who anybody is anyways. The only way they'll remember them is in history books. And really, how much do we remember from our history books? I know a few names: Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers. Beyond that, it starts to elude me. So don't worry about leaving your mark. Just worry about the present and making yourself as happy as you can right now while working the least amount possible. So anyways, there you go. There's a video under 10 minutes. I hope that it just kind of gets you thinking a little bit. I don't want to drag this out, this topic, but that was the basis of what I read in that story. I certainly feel like I've impacted a lot of people. If you read some of my comments, there's people that are always saying, hey, thank you for this, thank you for that. You've helped me get into security and whatnot. The reality is, it wasn't just me that helped get you there. It was a combination of many events that got you to where you are. Maybe I was a catalyst to get you there in some situations, but I'm sure that there are other people too to thank for where you are. If you have truly gone into that security field, you can thank other people and not just me, because it's a collective effort. All right, well, here I am. I'm at work, Oakland, California. If you guys really want to know, I'll try to be back tomorrow, make another video. Other than that, know your worth, know your value, value your time, and above all, be safe.